Hello, I'm Philip Stoughton. I'm here at Apex 2020 and I'm joined by Bjorn Dahle from Inspire Solutions. Bjorn, first of all, congratulations. I think you picked up a NPI Award from Circuits Assembly yesterday. Tell me what that was for.
Yeah, so it's a startup company, Inspire Solutions, and the problem we're trying to solve is I think there's a general understanding that the best tooling, the best support in the SMT machines is dedicated tooling. But it's expensive, you have to wait several days to receive it, you have to send sensitive information out of your factory. So we're launching a new machine that allows factories to build their own dedicated tooling on demand. And so our slogan is stop tooling around, build your own.
Okay, that's pretty cool. And when you say build their own tooling, that's tooling support for boards when they're going through the screen print process?
Yeah, so this is tooling that's fixed inside the SMT machine. And the most difficult process and the process that is most dependent on proper support is for the screen printing process. Okay. And also most screen printers have vacuum features, so you can suck the board down to flatten it out, particularly on the second side when it's already gone through the reflow. And so our machine and our material allows for that vacuum feature to be utilized.
Okay, and just to go back to the NPI Award, that was in what category, and that was specific to the new product?
Right. It's good question. I can't remember what category it is right now, but this is PCB support. It's machine tooling. It can be used actually in all the SMT machines, with the exception of reflow and wave solder, because at least at this point in time, the material will not withstand the reflow temperatures.
Okay, and you've got a substantial background in the electronic manufacturing industry, so everybody knows you. You're known in the industry. You've seen a lot. What attracted you about Inspire Solutions? What was it that made you want to be part of that?
So, two things. I've been in this industry since the late 80s, which was, to me, a wonderful time in the industry. Every year you went to the new show to see what the new machines, the new material, everything got better and better. But as the industry matured, the innovations and the rapid development of technology slowed down. Everybody had kind of perfected their end. So Inspire Solutions is a disruptive technology company, something completely new. My partner, Charlie Monkovich, was the person who invented the pin support tooling, gridlock, and quick tool. And now, 20 years later, he's at it again and totally kind of disrupting that industry. So, and the second reason is it's a startup. I've always worked for larger companies, and to start up a company, and now I have to learn, including how to get exhibitor badges and stuff at Apex. I no longer have a big team to do all that work, but it's so much fun. It's where where you really get to challenge yourself on building a company from scratch.
Yeah, and that's really interesting. And the other thing is, it's kind of almost full circle, because you actually started in the screen printing world in the very early days.
Yes, I was in the late 80s. I started with NPM, and I was with them for 6.5 years. And now it's full circle. Although I must point out that this can be used in placement machines and routing machines and all over the place, except in the thermal processes.
Okay. And in terms of your channel to market, are you selling this to the contract manufacturers? Are you selling it to through the machine people? What's your route to market?
So it's pretty traditional sales reps in the U.S. and distributors in overseas. Our target market are companies that do use dedicated tooling. Automotive, for example, are big on that. I also think that the pin support tooling works really well for most people. There are some issues if you have thinner boards that there isn't enough support between the pins, and certainly flex circuits, and some maintenance issues with it. So once you have a machine, it's like it's a subtractive technology, so the inverse of a 3D printer, if you will. And once you have that machine and you can make fixtures for less than $100 in material, they'll probably end up using them all up and down the SMT line.
Okay, so it's a material, and you basically machine that material, or how does the process actually
Yes.
work without obviously giving away any
Well,
trade
it's
secrets?
actually very easy to see the concept of the machine. So if you have a PCB that already has the components assembled, you clip it into to this machine, and it's like a mini CNC machine. So there is a laser that is scanning the PCB as it moves back and forth. And when it hits a component, it wants to keep the distance the same. It moves on the z-axis until the end of the component moves back up, and so it ends up making a mirror image of the bottom side of your PCB.
And it does that simultaneously while it's being done?
Yes.
It kind of reminds me of key cutting.
Right. Exactly. And I think that the most brilliant concepts are the simple ones, and there's less to go wrong as well. And so the material is kind of like a hard foam material, and that's actually ideal for the screen printing process because you want a little bit of pliability in order to avoid that interface with the stencil, where the stencil can buckle up and so forth.
Yeah, so the material side of it's really, really important. Sounds like a really exciting product. Well, congratulations on the new job. Congratulations on the award, and I look forward to kind of hearing more about this as it progresses in the market. Thanks for your time, Bjorn.
Thank you.